3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Forex Trading Show. Forex trading live every weekday morning. Real trades, real profits, zero analysis. Set back, relax, and get ready to profit. And now, your host, Terry from FXWithTerry.com.
Welcome, fellow Forex traders. Let's dig into the results we have received. I've been talking about how slow it is this week. That's just what happens when it's the middle of July. I'm sorry, at the beginning of July, middle of summer. So we're looking at the free signal here. Got a little bit of movement on that. We've had some closures, which is good. But right now, AUD NZD is an absolute sell. And you will notice that this is the only trade that you're seeing in the free signal here. And if it is at a 2.0 lot size, that means this is a deeper trade in a sequence of trades on AUD NZD from my main system. So what happened was AUD NZD was already in a couple trades, which I know that because I can see the full system. But I also know that if we have one trade here and it's showing a 2.0 lot size, that means there's previous trades. And I can go look and confirm how many. There's probably 3 or 4 before we got to this lot size. So use whatever lot size is relevant for you, okay? Even if you want to bid 0.01 on this trade and you have a small account, you can do that when the next trade comes in. And if the lot size goes up, then increase yours at the same factor, same rate. The key with these trades is exactly this. It is the take profit. In this case, 1.10265 is where we're at right now. When and if a new trade comes in, you will update the take profit because this will change. What's happening is my algorithm adds a trade, updates the take profit, brings it closer to the current price. So it doesn't have as far to move, okay? But you can see this is already in profit. If we go look at the chart, let me erase my drawing here. Let's kind of move to there is the daily. Let's come down maybe the 4 hour here. Yeah, so take profit's down here. Why is my pen not working? Take profit is down here, and we just need to move down towards the take profit. If more trades are added, then be aware of that. Add a new trade, update your take profit. One key is that if my system, if we come back here, if my system enters another AUD NZD at a 2.0 lot size, then you do not have to increase your lot size. But if AUD NZD enters and it's a 3.0 lot size, you need to increase it by a factor of 1. So if you bid 10 cents, bid 20 cents. Right? If you bid $1, bid $2. So the mathematics are pretty simple. When we move on, in fact, we're gonna look at this absolutely batshit crazy trade that we are in, AUD CHF. But I want to explain to you why it's doing what it's doing. It's just freaking sitting there. In fact, it's in a range. And this gives me an opportunity to respond to something. And I know I come off harsh, guys. I've been doing this a long time, and just the brainwashing that people get from YouTube and all the trainings and stuff that are out there on Forex strategies, Forex entry, Forex signals, Forex indicators, right? All a bunch of bullshit. It's absolutely a bunch of bullshit. But here's where I'm going. So someone said, "Hey Terry," and they're brand new, and I get it, and I kind of like went a little harsh at them, but I'm trying to like snap out of it. Snap out of it. You've been brainwashed. So here's some of the brainwashing. Someone says, "Oh, okay, Terry, so I've looked at your trades for a couple days. Would you, Terry, say that your trades are primarily swing trades or day trades or scalp trades or long-term trades or short-term trades and on the 1 minute chart, on the 30-second chart?" And I'm like, all of that. Because that, in my opinion, Don't listen to me. I'm an absolute gambling hack, right? But in my opinion, that's all a bunch of bullshit to sit there and say you trade one way or the other. You trade what the goddamn market gives you. And that's what we do. Like, we're going to move on. We're going to look at this AUD CHF trade that we have just been sitting in. And some might say, well, that's a swing trade. We're swinging from day to day to day. And if you look at the results here, I'll kind of work this in. If I go to the history, we closed a GBP USD trade in profit last night. Really nice profit. Okay? And what you do is you stack a lot of these up, and you get a lot of profits. But it totally is, I'm telling you, these guys, I'm a day trader. Are you? Are you? Is that what you're doing? You know what the market's going to do, and you just enter, and you know within that day, within a few minutes, that it's going to profit. You probably can do some trading like that, right? If you trade you focus on a very specific currency pair, and you know its movement at different times of the day. However, I'll guarantee you, the big banks and the algorithms, they do not do it at the same time every day, all the time, in the same direction. They don't. Sometimes they push up, and you're in profit. Sometimes they push up a little bit, they go way against you, they take everybody out, then they push up. Sometimes they push and then go sideways. Right? So this concept of that fact that, do you do swing trades? Do you do day trades? Or you do scalping trades? Like, it's all bullshit. We take what the market gives us. And Mark says, AUD CHF is getting aggravating. It is, but let's go look at that pair. And this gives me an opportunity to tell you guys, and Mark already knows this, if you don't like it, you shouldn't trade it, right? And let's jump over to the browser just for a second here. Let me pull up browser, and then that's not good, and then I'll share this with you. Let's go here. Let's go here. Okay, cool. So I just pulled up matf.net. I went to Forex Volatility. I'm looking at AUD CHF right here. Here's what I did. I said, show me the last 4 weeks. I've typed 4 in there. I hit the little refresh, and it shows me the movement of all 28 standard currency pairs and crosses in terms of pips. This is what I'm looking at. So GBP JPY right now is at the top, 120 pips. What's interesting is if you watch this over time, top moving pairs are somewhere in the 160 to 180 pips. So you can see in the last 4 weeks, we've had lower volume than we normally would, probably about 60 pips, 50, 60 pips reduced volume across the board. And it's just an example here. But as I come down here, so if the biggest mover right now is 120 pips, the slowest mover is Euro GBP 26 pips. I used to trade Euro GBP in the system. What would happen is you'd get into a goddamn Euro GBP trade and you'd hold it for a month, right? And I get that, you know, there tends to be, you know, a little bit of frustration, on holding a particular currency pair. However, I see my camera's at the top of my head. However, if you look at AUD, where's it at? I'm sorry, AUD CHF, it moves 35 pips a day. Same thing as that CAD Chief we did the other day, right? And we're in that trade, and it's going to be really profitable. Here's the thing to think of. Let me come back to what I want to look at here. Here's the thing to remember when you're trading this stuff. And we're doing this all automated too. So that's pretty cool, right? The thing to remember is, and I said this earlier and I erased it from the group because I'm not able to articulate it in letters on a screen. So I'm going to say it out loud. Everybody, we've got a lot of new people coming in. They're wondering what they should bid. So I give them my general, overall, every feed that I have bid process. Bid 0.01 or 10 cents per thousand up to $5,000. Bid 0.01 for every $2,500 over top of that. That's conservative as hell. It's a great starting point. Because what I'd rather have someone do is come in, trade conservatively and kind of get a feel for what's going on. Like, we're trading the market right now, which is slow. It's the summer, right? But we're doing good. We're pulling out a few profits. We're doing the best we can given what the market's given us. They don't give us day trades or swing trades or scalp trades or none of that stuff. There are many times when, like this GBP USD, I don't think we were in that trade very long. If you look at when it launched on, let's see, 710 at 0600, 79, 12, 18, 20 hours, right? Just absolutely guessing. We don't know what's going to happen. We trade the market. The market gives us what the market's going to give us. And if we got to be in that trade for 3 weeks, it is. Now, let's talk about manipulation, because I used to do a lot of this. I would look at a scenario that we're in now, where we're in a, and I'm not looking at it on the screen. We're still looking at the free signal results here. You might say to yourself, I want to manipulate this more. I'm going to go ahead and not, because I'm not going to take CAD JPY. I'm not going to take CAD Chief, NZD Chief, AUD Chief, NZD USD. They're all low pip movers right now. You would miss out on trades. Good profitable trades. AUD CHF is going to be a good profitable trade. Yeah, we had to hold it. Yeah, the swap fees are large. It will end in a profit. But you also have the ability to go into your copy system in Social Trader Tools and go, I don't want that pair. You're welcome to manipulate it. I found that I used to try to over manipulate it. I only want to trade the top, the best pairs, right? What's the best pairs? I would go through and look at last month's results and go, AUD USD rocked last month. Just went into a trade profit. So I was like, I'm taking all AUD USD trades next month. Next month we got 3 trades. I'm like, shit. Because there's no consistent. They move one pair, then they move another pair. I mean, the fact that they've been moving these and let's move forward and look at it in a second here. But let's look at the movement. If you look at the daily chart for AUD CHF, it's just green, up. Like, what? They're manipulating the shit out of that. That's not just happening. And guess what? They just pushed it up to a recent resistance area, and it's probably going to drop back to our take profit. Typically what happens is it's like it does nothing, and then all of a sudden one morning we get up, there's been this huge oh shit candle, and we take profit. I wish it was predictable like that. You're going to want to feel like it is once you understand how many pips each currency pair moves on a daily basis. If you look past, the averages, typically when you go to that matf.net and you go to Forex volatility and sort it by pips, the standard data is it looks at it over 10 weeks. I typically get rid of the 10 weeks and type in 4 and do the refresh because I want to see what's been going on in the last 30 days. There's absolutely no way to predict it. But I'm not saying that you couldn't log into your Social Trader Tools and get rid of and not take trades on some of these lower movement pairs. But at that point, you just don't know. If you can't see this, but I'm going to look in the background and look at what AUD USD is, because that always seems to be a good pair. Let me see where it's at. Yeah, it's down at 39.40 pips. That's not great, especially when the top's at 120. That doesn't mean that you should then only go trade GBP JPY moving 120 pips, Euro JPY moving 102 pips, and what would be the next one for us? Chief JPY, 88 pips, right? You could do that, but I don't know how. There's a downside to that. Let's say you just trade GBP JPY. The highest moving pip, right? What will happen is when they decide to manipulate that pair and they push it, they're going to push it hard against you. And my system's going to go trade Update take profit. Update. And you could get yourself in trouble. So to go back and talk about the bid stuff, especially since we have a lot of new people, I'll say this, and I know you guys that have been here for a while are like, this is boring shit. My system, if you're trading, for example, the 10 pip hybrid, and we'll move on to look at those results in a minute. I'm just telling you right now. Again, don't take my advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a gambling hack. You'll lose everything if you follow my advice, right? You could bid a hell of a lot more than what I'm telling you on the conservative. Right? You probably, if I'm telling you to bid 0.01 lot size per thousand up to $5,000 account balance, and then 0.01 for every 2,500 above the 5,000, you'd be like, well, Terry, I'm not making that much money. So fucking gamble more, my friend. Roll the dice. Roll the dice. And it's up to you, but I'd like to give you a reference to start, because here's what happens. Now that reference, that conservative lot size reference, is actually more accurate for the full system than it is for the 10 pip hybrid. You could bid a lot more in the 10 pip hybrid. What's a lot more? I don't know. What's your risk appetite? But start with, 0.01 lot size per thousand in your account. It's very conservative. What will happen is if you get into a trade, a currency pair like AUD CHF right now that's pushing, or maybe you get into a really highly volatile pair like USD JPY that pushes 35, 40 trades against you, you'll be glad that you bid a realistic amount because you didn't know that trade was coming. And when it profits, you'll go, wow, that was worth it. That was worth being in that one trade, that one pair, that basket of trades on that one pair. It was worth it. It was very profitable. Yeah. It's not worth it when you're like, oh, well, I want to make more money, and like GBP USD just entered and closed. Great. GBP USD might be that one that the banks are manipulating that week, and it goes 25 trades deep, and you were bidding too much to begin with because you were bidding thinking you're only getting one trade, and now you got 30 on the same pair. It's a big picture. I'll give you an example. I'm going to be really weird on my example here, but I want to talk about like a dollar amount. I don't give a shit what your account size is. I don't give a shit what you're bidding. But you could be bidding, and let's say you look and you're like, at the end of the day, I made $10 profit. And you're like, and let's say you got a small account, right? You got $10 profit. Next day, $12 profit. Next day, $22 profit. Next day, $8 profit. Next day, $19. And you're like, all these trades are winning. My God, my margin level percent never gets anything uncomfortable. I'm going to jack these bids up. And then you get a trade that runs away on you at a bid you weren't aware was going to scale into. And it can go sideways on you. It can go, right? Listen, go ahead and push the limits. I'll do as much as I can to show you how to manage the shit out of it. How to do partial closes, how to force some losses up front, take the profit on the back end, things like that. I'll show you how to do that if you want to do that. Anyone that knows how to do that knows it's stressful. I typically like to find that sweet spot. And that sweet spot is something you get a feel for after you've bid conservatively, watch the system, and also be aware. If you're coming in the month of July in the summer of 2024 here, and you're like, I don't know, Ted, I'm just not making that much money. I just don't know if I can continue. Really? Get out of your own way. Because the market's doing what the market's doing in July. Just is, right? And there'll be other months and other times of the year when it's just rocking. And hell, it might start rocking tomorrow. We don't know. But we're in the game. We're making profits. We're doing well. Let's jump ahead here to the results. If I jump ahead for the week, the free signals is up $4,092.16. And for the month, it's still up $166,842. And here's that example. You're like, what? How do we go from $75 in a day, $4,000 a week, $166,000 a month. We had a huge trade. I think it was CAD Chief, right? That we hung on to for 2-3 weeks, and then all of a sudden we had a huge profit. That's primarily what most of this $166,000 here that in free signals. I'm giving this stuff away for free. So if you bid conservatively, I'll kind of finish my thought of what I was saying. Let's say you're making $8, $10, $12, $15, $8, $15. What will happen is that you'll have some trades push, and then all of a sudden you'll have a day where you make $178. As an example. So you've been making 10, 12, 15, 18, 20, 10, 15, 20, 22, 30, 18, 14, and then 168 in one day. That's what you have to prepare for. It will happen. It gives you could do 1% a day on average, and then all of a sudden have a 10, 12% day. If you were manipulating the shit out of the system and overbidding and overtrading and getting yourself to where you're doing 10% a day, because my system can do it, what happened one day where you were normally making 1%, 2%, and then you do that 12%, on that 12% day, it will have traded so much because you're trying to push 12% every day. It will have traded so much you just blow out your account. You're like, what happened? What happened was you didn't listen to a damn thing I said. You weren't aware that you started in July, right? You started in July and the market's slow. Someone says any signal. Please be more specific. I don't know if you're responding to somebody else, but I don't know what that means by any signal. Mark says we had CAD Chief and then NZD CAD. Just looking at some comments here. Mark says every AUD is stuck in a consolidation range. I'm guessing it's going to bust out soon. Yeah, so we're trading it. We're trading what the market's giving us. Looking back at some comments here. Anyway, okay. Let me know what you meant when somebody made a comment that said any signal. I'll say sure, yes, any signal. I don't know what you're talking about though. Let's come back to this. I'll go to the pause here and let's move on. We'll take a glance at what my 10 pip hybrid feed is doing. Let me pull it up. It's this one right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to show this on the screen just to show you. So we're in two pairs right now. I'm revealing some, basically some paid trades here. AUDCHF has pushed and then just went sideways, and this is indicative of a profitable trade. This will work out. What's interesting is over the last 3-4 days, these last bottom 3 or 4 were all blue and profitable, but AUDCHF decided to push hard against last night and is still really in a zone. Let's go ahead and take a look at it here on the chart, and let's zoom out to the day. Look at this. Like, this is pure bank manipulation, but it's also indicative of this pair. If you go back, it's waving like this all the time. Did it there? Did it there? It's just waving. There it is. Did it there? Same image I'm drawing on the chart, right? Did it there? It's waving all the time. That's what this pair does. You can go, and again, I don't focus too much on patterns, right? But this is an odd one. I mean, look at that. It's just green candles, green candles, green candles, green candles. They have pushed to the top. There must be like a support area up here, or resistance, I should say. Resistance to the price. Now we can zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. Let's go right down to the 1 hour. You can see what happens. So this line here is the market closure yesterday, and then it just kind of went sideways all night, and we got this push. We got this push today, but it's pushing near the top. It's still inside of all the trades we've taken. This is going to be a profitable trade. Now, I don't put a lot of weight on it, but if you look at the RSI 4 down here, the relative strength index at a setting of 4, we are overbought right now. We are over the 85% line. we could predict it's about time to come down. It might come down just in consolidation. But if you zoom out here to the 4-hour, you can see that if the price is right here, our take profit line is right here. Like, it's here. We just need to push down. I'll tell you what, it could happen. It probably will happen all in one day, because they are manipulating this. This isn't just natural buying and selling is sending the pattern in this really weird way. Now, they're manipulating the shit out of this pair. They're manipulating the shit out of AUD, like Mark had said, right? It's okay, though. We're not day traders. We're not swing traders. We're not scalp traders. We're Forex traders. We're algorithmic Forex traders. And this sucker doesn't lose. I don't like to lose. I'll bet you don't like to lose either. Even when you look at the 4-hour here, it's headed up towards overbought. Okay? So there's some general concepts like the support and resistance of price areas and the RSI 4. I glance at that. I only glance at it after we're in a trade. I don't try to analyze where it's going to go. You'll screw yourself. You know what the best thing to do? You ready? You ready for me to unbrainwash you? You know what the best thing to do is? Open a pair. God damn it, right here. Open a pair and just enter a trade. Close your eyes, roll some dice, enter. Buy or sell does not matter. Trade direction does not matter. With this algorithm, there is a little bit of trade direction, but it's not like a moving average. It's not like, well, the previous price has been going up, right? My AI basically enters a trade from some basic signals, and then it manages the trade. Trade management, knowing when to add, knowing when to take partial closes, knowing when to update your take profit and move it closer, knowing that that any trade could go way against you, so you start out slow. You top up later. You let it move, you top up again. You let it move, you top up again. You move that. You don't keep the take profit at the same place you started. Price moves away. You enter trades as it moves away. You increase the lot size a little bit, not every time. You increase it, and that allows you to mathematically bring the take profit closer to where the price is, and that's exactly what my algorithm is doing. Pretty simple. Now, as far as results go, obviously we haven't closed anything today. We've been holding on to that AUD CHF for a while. We can go back and look at the date. But week-wise, in a 5-day window, it's closed $739.69, and month-wise, it's closed $12,038.95. So these are reference number. It gives you a reference of what you could make if your account could handle any given bid. You could scale that down by 10. You can scale it down by 100. You can scale it up by 10. Whatever your account can handle, the algorithm will handle it automatically. So if we look back, let's go back and look. What's the first date? Wow. So we entered this trade on the 21st of last month. Let's go look at the calendar really quick. That's insanity. So we entered that trade right here, and we're still in it. So what's that? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 days. We've been in it for 2 weeks. Okay. There's no predicting it. I didn't say I wanted to be, but there's no predicting it. You just get in, you trade, you do what you got to do. I think that's pretty much what I wanted to say on that. So let's come to the pause here. We're going to look at the overall system. And this gives you a good reference of how much movement is there in the market when you watch me do this day to day, week to week. So I'm going to pull up the overall system. I believe it is. And you know what? The overall system results, I have pulled them back because I'm getting ready to turn the overall system feed basically into, or what we look at here. It's pulling in the every trade from my entire system at what we're going to look at, but it's bidding a 1.0 lot size, so it gives you good reference. But I have told it to just close out the trades that are currently there, and what's currently there, you'll get to see, just isn't moving. Just isn't moving. So let me pull this up and verify I got the right one. I do. So overall system is in about 12.5 trades. One NZD USD. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 AUD USDs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 AUD NZDs. So AUD, like Mark said. AUD Chief, we are actually in the overall algorithm. We are in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of those. AUD is being manipulated right now, and that's basically what we're in. So in terms of closure, I can share this with you. This is just overall system, focusing on the basket of trades that we'd had open. Overall, the system's trading a little bit more than this. I'm just kind of like letting what's in this account close out, because I need to do a technical switch over, and then everybody can be able to monitor. If you have a subscription or a lifetime license, you'll be able to monitor this particular feed we're looking at. You'll get to see all of the trades, and it'll allow you to see through walls. You can pull it into your mobile phone. The reason I'm doing that is because people weren't doing that because they didn't want to pay the extra hosting inside of Social Trader Tools to turn my premium feed or my overall algorithm into like a 100K demo so they could watch it, because it costs more for that. I'm going to give it to you. If you have a subscription or a lifetime license, you're going to be able to log in with the investor password and see what I'm seeing right here. So the overall system overnight closed out $469.61 if you have an account that can bid what I'm bidding here. But again, it's more of a reference than anything. So if you zoom out to the week, $5,861.74, and you zoom out to the month, it's going to look pretty good, $164,247.57. So all net profit. It's all net profit. But that's the overall system. That's what's going on. I'm going to say it's just a little bit slow. Welcome to July. Welcome to the dog days of summer. I'm going to pause here. I'll show you a couple accounts. I've got the gold scalper account that I'm testing. I have not even looked at this, guys. So I don't know what we're about to see. Give me a second. I'll pull it up here. And interesting. I'm going to show you there's no trades open right now. Okay. Remember, we were shooting for just gold scalper. It's scalping on a like 5-minute chart or something like that. But history-wise, so look, it stopped itself at $10.38 for the day. And I can't really, to show you the results, we're more so looking at it day by day, because I forced a big loss. If you come back here and look the balance, $9,516, it would show, like I'll just show you. If I jump up to the week, it's going to show a tiny little profit, $61.24. And if I go for the month, you're going to see a loss. The system didn't do that. I forced it, wanted to change the settings, and we're doing what's called forward testing. So it is doing what I told it to do, and I like what I'm seeing there. So let's pause. We're going to go look at a brand new algorithm that I'm testing. Brand new algorithm, completely different than anything we're doing right now. I have not looked at this either, so let me pull it up, and I'll just show you what we're looking at. I think it's this one. It is this one. I'll share the screen. You're going to be like, what the hell's going on? I'm trading GBP USD with a brand new algorithm. It's doing its mathematical thing right now. The intent behind this new algorithm is to always have an absolute net profit. This is designed to not take you below your currency balance that you've invested in a broker account. It's very unique mathematically. Now, if I jump over the history, there's not a lot. Certainly nothing's closed for the day. A lot of that reason is we just don't have a lot of movement in the market. We went into, I'll show you this, for the week we've closed $34.42. That trade entered on Friday, and then it sat there, and then it sat there Sunday night, sat there Monday, it sat there Tuesday. Here we are Wednesday. It just says it sat there. It took profit. And now we've got a basket or sequence of trades here that are going to play out, and they will end up mathematically profitable. the system. I know it looks weird. It's got some buys, got some sells, different lot sizes. My base lot size testing this algorithm is a 0.10. So you can see it's adding 10% to a few of them, 10% here, 20% there. It is trading these trades against each other to end up in profit. I'm trying to, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I know there's some logic right here that's going to grab some profits, maybe from this one, and then close some losses from this one, and then the overall basket will be profitable. The mathematics and the algorithm and the AI on this is incredible. This could potentially, again, that's why we forward test. I'm telling you, this could potentially be the best thing we've ever seen. In my testing and my understanding of it, it looks damn good. You gotta forward test it. You gotta put it on some real data, put your settings in there, and let it do its thing. Let it do its thing. If I go look at these trades on a chart, I don't think this will make it a lot different. Yeah, they're all going to be bunched up. Got some trades down here. Got to take profit set. I'd have to scale this a little bit. Unfortunately, you can't scale. Let me jump out to the day frame here. Yeah, not really. You can't see much, but I got some trades up at the top, trades at the bottom. It's doing its thing. It is doing its thing, and I think it should be pretty impressive. So that's it for today's update. Wednesday, July 10th. Come on into the group. Ask the questions. A lot of new people asking the same questions that, people ask over and over. That's fine. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Like, we're just going to repeat ourselves. And we're going to be successful based off of whatever the market is giving us at any given time. So that's it. Appreciate you watching. I will see you tomorrow on the live results update. And if you got questions, come into the group. fxwithterry.com, free Discord group. Take the free signals. Make some money, man. I'll see you in the next session.
Thank you for joining us on the Forex Trading Daily Live Show. Get access to all of the free trades with full auto trading at fxwithterry.com. Be sure to subscribe and get notified of the daily live stream. And get ready for your next profitable Forex trade.